as opposed to being better. So I think innovation gets, almost too much credit. There's no money in innovation. The money is in the repetition and making something, a better quality for more people. People have to be themselves, and we have to fight. We're creating new shapes in the world every day, and we're under attack constantly by conventional opinion. And somebody's got to just plant both of their feet and say, nah, that people can be who they are. It really matters, and it really doesn't matter. What matters is the people who are sparked by it, and the people who are offended by it. It doesn't matter, because it's about motivating the doers. And anyone that wants to sit around and talk, they're doing too much time. They're taking too much time talking about it instead of getting up off their ass and following their dream. Because I'm here to follow my dreams, and help other people follow their dreams and inspire people who are dreamers. My mother made me believe in myself. No matter how many people tell me, stop believing in yourself. Stop saying what you can do. Stop affirming what you're going to do and then completing that in real life. That's the improper way to do it. I refuse to follow those rules that society has set up in the way that they control people with low self-esteem. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything. And I'm Kanye West at age 36. So just watch the next 10 years. I didn't come here to be liked. I came here to make a difference. Not particularly just this interview. I'm talking about life. Some people's job, they're very extremely likable. And, I think I could figure that out. I think I'm way nicer to people just in general. Mm-hmm. Everyone that I meet, I'm extremely nice. But as soon as people start playing games, I stop. You need to find freedom. You got two forms of freedom: financial freedom and freedom through serving something higher than yourself. Go listen to all my music. It's the codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are. If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself. You will believe in yourself. I'm just the espresso. I'm just the shot in the morning to get you going, to make you believe that you could overcome that situation that you're dealing with all the time. How about us as a people? We can't do it on our own. We have to understand that we're not each other's enemy. We have to stop discriminating against each other due to class and due to race and due to location or financial, position. We have to say, wow, that is the best version. Let's use it. Let's bring it to light. Let's move forward. Let's push forward as a civilization. Class is the new way to discriminate against people, to hold people down, to hold people in their place based on where their kids go to school, how much money they make, where they drive, where they live, and what type of clothes they have, and how much they have in their account for, retirement. To somehow say that this person right here means more than this person. I know I know I tweeted, Black Lives Matter, but, all lives matter. My doorman is more important to me than any head of any company. He keeps us safe. My driver keeps us safe. He goes to work every day. The guy painting the windows, at the house, when we changed them from white to chocolate brown, or, what the architect suggested. He is just as important as anyone else that walks in that house and grabs a glass of champagne. Who can save the world? It's up to y'all. Y'all have the ability to just step back from what you think culture is today. It's not about any candidate. It's not about red or blue. It's about humanity. Y'all talking about it's 12 years of oxygen left. Talking about we gonna kill the earth. We can't kill the earth. We're gonna kill the things that keep us alive on the earth, and the earth gonna survive. It's up to y'all. Y'all the future. Walt Disney I don't know about himself, but due to his success and what he did with films, when they decided to start selling T-shirts, they went and got, I don't know the exact story, but let's just say this is what the story. They went out and got a license and deal. Hey, let's put put our logo on some T-shirts. And it was simple as that. And now you have like Mickey Mouse T-shirts, right? My take, let me go to Paris and get my ass kicked for 15 years and learn how to make clothes for real. And then let me sell a T-shirt with that level of knowledge. You know, I don't want to sell anything that I'm not extremely knowledgeable about. If I go into beauty, it's going to take some years, you know, before, you know, it can't happen in 6 months. It's going to be at least a year and a half.
Good family. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto episode number 112. If y'all are live with me right now and y'all are ready, just go ahead and drop some coffee emojis into my family out there that, you know, helps me with sending this link out. Man, make sure you send this out to your friends, your family, your haters, people that don't like you, people that love you. Just send it out to them because we are literally in the final defining moments of this industry, cryptocurrency. You know, it's a lot we got to cover today. Fidelity, Blackrock. You know, what's happening in healthcare with blockchain, what's happening, you know, with the IMF and the BIS. There's a lot of stuff that's brewing around the world. And I truly believe that we've cracked the code to the matrix when it comes to this space. So just go ahead and send this link out. I'm going to let this personal development ride out for a couple more minutes, and then we're going to dive into the 112th episode. I appreciate each and every one of y'all's time this morning. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Let's get this money.
The first product comes out. I have to have so many no's. I have to learn about it, you know, and this would be me working next to experts. It takes, I just don't rush product based off my name. The product has to be, you know, something that I can stand behind. A product has to be a contribution to society. This is what I'm here to do. So when I compare myself to Steve Jobs or Walt Disney, Howard Hughes, David Stern, Michelangelo, Da Vinci, Jesus, or whatever it is, I'm saying these are my heroes. These are people that I look up to. This is the type of impact I want to make on the earth. You know, our existence as a race, humanity, period, is a blip, a millisecond of our life in the entire scope of the universe. All these walls that keep us from loving each other as like one family, as one race, you know, racism, religion, you know, where we grew up, you know, whatever, class, social, economics, you know, all this. What makes us like be so selfish, prideful? What makes us not want to help the next man? What makes us, you know, be so focused on a personal legacy as opposed to an entire legacy of a race? You know, like the dinosaurs aren't remembered for much more than their bones. You know, so for when humanity's gone, you know, what do we give to even this little planet, you know, that we're on? And what could we do collectively? Like removing the pride. I'm a Christian, so we say this thing, we say, give up and let God, you know, give and let God. A lot of times people give with an agenda of getting a specific thing back from that specific person. You can't control anyone. You can't say, hey, I gave you these things, you owe me this back. You have to give and know that your blessings will be tenfold, period. And your blessings might not come directly from the person that you gave to. That's like this form of control that we use as human beings, trying to control each other in some way. And, you know, our focus needs to be less about what our legacy is going to be or how we're going to control each other, but more how we can give to each other.
Come on in. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto episode number 112. If you have not tuned into our show in a long time, I think you're tripping. I believe you're bugging because this is the greatest cryptocurrency show, morning show in the world. And I just believe that we're just now getting discovered, right? So it's all good. You know what I mean? I listened to Earn Your Leisure in their interview with BitBoy Crypto. And when they interviewed him, you know, BitBoy Crypto had well over 1,000 videos on YouTube. Guys, we just cracked 112 today. So, you know, BitBoy Crypto, earn your leisure, learned a lot from them. And I'm sharing this with you all because maybe you're building something. Maybe you have a desire to create a channel for yourself. Maybe you have a desire to build a YouTube channel. Maybe you have a desire to go, to start really, building out here. And I want to tell you that people don't believe in you until you get to about 500, 600 episodes. It's just what it is, right? They got to see the social proof. And they also got to see the Ferrari. They got to start seeing the Lamborghinis, and the stuff is coming. People want to see the glitz and the glam for them to believe in anything. And so instead of me being the type of guy who will go out and get a car off credit, or some crazy junk like that just to impress people, but can't even keep the bill. And I've seen people do that in Atlanta all the time, right? It works for some people and their businesses blow up. I believe that what we're doing is we put this thing in a slow roaster. We're letting this thing cook. We're letting it marinate like neck bone juice. And y'all already know the smell of neck bone juice. It smells, I believe it smells really good. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we are letting the neck bone juice marinate right now. And for the people that's, wants to eat early, congratulations on being here. For you all that are inconsistent, that don't show up enough, I want to ask you something. What the hell else are you doing at 10 a.m.? You working? You know what I mean? If that's the case, keep working. But we have people, look, we have people showing their screen right now, at work right now, sitting in their office, you know what I mean? And they're still on the show. Put in a headphone. Do not miss this because we are in the defining moments of crypto. This would be it would be terrible if you missed out on what's happening in this world because you was hung up on something else at 10 a.m. Look, again, I'm not here to force you to be here, but I want you to understand that we have one of the greatest shows on earth right now, literally. And it's just now getting discovered. Welcome to the 112th episode of Coffee and Crypto. My name is Vincent Owens. For you all that don't know me, shout out to my YouTube family and my Zoom family that's live right now with me. All right, if you're on YouTube, make sure you smash the subscribe button. That'll make sure that you stay up to date on any videos that we post out. There are more shows that are coming to the network, definitely building that. But again, it takes an army, it takes a village, you know what I mean? And so we're building this thing together. Also, if you have not joined my VIP text thread, I'm not sure what you're waiting on. It doesn't cost anything, but the number is 678-688-3251. Send me a text right now, 678-688-3251. Just send me your first name. If you want your last name, I'm going to plug you in. I'll send you back a thumbs up or an okay message, just let you know that I got it. But shoot me over a text right now at 678-688-3251. That allows for you to be able to plug into our VIP text thread, something that you guys may not even know. And I'm doing a free masterclass on Friday. Guess what? You would have known it if you were part of the VIP text thread. You would have known it if you followed me on all social media. You would know it if you stayed plugged in, you turn on those notification bells. Guys, I don't know the last time I've done a free masterclass. Can someone tell me the last time I've done? I mean, some people have been with me for a long time. When the last time I've done like a free masterclass? It's been a while, right? Most of the masterclasses we do cost around $250. You know what I mean? But this one right here is a masterclass, and I'm super, super, super excited about. This masterclass is something that I actually built. So I built this PowerPoint slide that I'm going to be showing on Friday, actually for the event I was supposed to do this past Saturday with Tall Guy Tycoon. But the air quality in New York because of the fires in Canada didn't allow me to make it there. So what I wanted to do is I didn't want to put a great PowerPoint and just make it and never present it to the world. So I wanted to just do it for free for you all. That way you guys could get the value that I was going to drop to people that literally was spending hundreds of dollars to be at this conference to learn from me as a keynote speaker. All right, the name of this, this is going to be the evolution of money. All right, the evolution of money. I want to show you guys literally how the rich and wealthy are transferring their physical assets, literally physical assets, especially cash, and how they're investing cash into other things, right? Other on-ramp and off-ramp of things. So whether that is cryptocurrency, whether that's art, whether that is digital gold, whether that's digital real estate in the metaverse, there are so many different options and opportunities for you to take your cash and start putting it in other places. And so we want to share that with you. And so that's what I'm going to do for you all. So make sure you all register 678-688-3251. How do you register for this masterclass? Very, very simple. go to the link in any of my bios on any social media, and you will be able to click the link. You'll see it right at the top of my link tree. All right. And if you stick around, I'll just drop the link to the Zoom and the YouTube after this call. But right now, we have a lot of stuff to cover with a little bit of time. And I want to say welcome to the show. Thank you guys for your time. Listen, if you have not taken the time to send this link out to a friend and family member, please send this link out. Let them know what we got going on today, because it's about to be an absolutely amazing show. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Sit back. Make sure you got your beverage of choice. Again, I got my Algorand cup here this morning. Okay, got my Algorand cup here this morning with a little bit of coffee left in it. I kind of drunk it all, but that's why I'm wired this morning. So welcome, Mr. Branch, to the call. Appreciate you for being here. Let's dive. So first thing I want to talk about is this post that Coinbase dropped. What can Web3 do to streamline healthcare data? Now, this is very important to me, and it just kind of hits home, right? And it shows how blockchain is going to change so many different industries, including healthcare. If you all don't know, a master's in public health, biology degree, pre-med biology degree, bachelor's. I'm from Tuskegee University. I got your text. I will send you over the link for the masterclass. Appreciate you, right? But with that being said, okay, with a master's in public health, this video kind of hit home because I left that industry. And I left the industry because I kind of fell out of love with the idea of working forever. But I do have a master's degree, and I also have this education that I've built over the last like 5 years of blockchain technology. And I'm thinking, maybe there's a way that I can use my public health degree, right, my master's, and also leveraging these blockchain technologies and go and work with the CDC or the World Health Organization or some other, American Heart Association, and really helping them with tracking their data, really securing their data, especially HIPAA, right? HIPAA is a really big thing. And right now, we know that one of the biggest things right now is cyber attacks, and cyber attackers, whether they're from Russia, China, Dubai, I don't know where they're from, wherever these cyber attackers are starting to ramp up from, they're talking about attacking the healthcare sector, all right, and the financial sector. And so the healthcare sector is a space that we don't want hit, because we have baby boomers that are, that are super, getting elderly right now, right? And a lot of them are starting to pass on, but we don't want for this healthcare data to get compromised. And so I can truly see why blockchain technology could be a great utility in this space. So watch this quick 49-second video, and we'll dive into the world of blockchain technology and healthcare. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto.
Hi, I'm Jim. I'm the founder of Acor. We're using blockchain technologies to verify health data. So as someone who has worked in public health, I can tell you honestly, our health data is a mess. It's fragmented, siloed, and often not even digitized. Public health organizations are really missing important information that could lead to improved population-wide outcomes. With Acor technologies, health organizations can cryptographically verify data access and exchange, as well as prove the authenticity of the data source. By making more data readily available to public health systems, we are improving the return on our resources, as well as the impact on the public health system.
All right, so pay attention. Okay, so the way that blockchain technology is changing the world. Okay, Mr. Branch just said my healthcare institution was just hacked, and they made off with thousands of people's information, including mine. You see literally on this call right now, we have someone that has been affected by cyber attacks in the healthcare system. Do you understand that this is about to become more and more rampant as time moves on? So this company right here, okay, and I wanted to bring it up, but actually this company right here is who, they were talking about, right? They were talking about ACOER, I think it's Acor, or ASOR, hopefully I don't say the name wrong, but if you guys didn't know, ASOR is actually built on the Hedera Hashgraph blockchain. And if you actually were on our masterclass that we did for HBAR, we talked about this, right? We unfolded this and talked about it a lot. However, Coinbase has their back, right? Coinbase is on their side, and so right now, there's a lot of things that's happening, right? You have the CDC Foundation in Jefferson County, Alabama, that is formulating with this technology. This announcement right here that this company A-Store partners with the HBAR Foundation to manage the Privacy Market Development Fund, right? So this right here is literally huge, right? You have NASA that's connecting to this, Hedera hash graph, which we've talked about so many times. Kennesaw State University here in here in Georgia, UAB Pathology, which is in Jefferson County. I believe that's the county for Birmingham, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry, but I believe it's that. You got Safe. Safe is another company that is leveraging Hedera hash graph as well. So you have all of these companies that starting to kind of connect and work together, be more interoperable in the healthcare space, okay? Yeah, so that is I wanted to start this off with that news to really just show you all how, right, cryptocurrency, how blockchain technology is starting to really make a move into other sectors other than just the financial services sector, but especially the healthcare sector, which again, millions of people's data, healthcare records is being stolen. What are they going to do with these records? What are they going to do with this data? God forbid. I don't know, but I do know that blockchain technologies and things like Hedera hash graph are so secure from my research to the point where this is inevitable, right? And so as that happens, I need you all to understand something, that the use case for these technologies is what's the most important thing. It's not about the how much money you can make right now, but it's really about, are you investing into the right technology of the future? Understand that anything that's worth having is going to be worth waiting for. You're going to have to wait, right? Guys, I've been waiting since 2018 for the moments that we're seeing right now. We're still so early. Imagine if you're just now getting invested into crypto. You're kind of lucky, right? Because you didn't have to wait since 2018, right? You might only have to wait for a couple more years, whereas I would still have to add on to that length of time I've been waiting. So one of the key investment strategies and one of the key components that I want to tell you all today, and you want to write this down, right? Investing, being a successful investor is not about timing the market, right? It's not about timing the market. It is about it, but being a successful investor is not so much about timing the market as it is about time in the market. Okay, timing the market versus time in the market. I'd rather be in the market for a longer extended amount of time, because since I've been investing since 2018, I've never sold any crypto, and every single month I put something into my account, into my portfolio. How many months have I been investing into these assets? How many months? So many months I've been investing. I mean, literally, look, shoot. Over 64 months, I've been investing into this. Imagine if you had 64 months to invest into something consistently. You'd be in a different space. And so right now, if this is month 1 for you, maybe this is month 12 for you, maybe this is month 15. I don't know what month it is, but stick the course and stay the journey, guys. Right? Let's continue to push through this bullish content. Now, the first video that I want to show is from Brad Garlinghouse. This has been surfacing around the Twitter space for quite some time. Okay, he said, I'm trying, and if you don't know who Brad Garlinghouse is, he's the CEO of Ripple. This is actually the digital asset company, the blockchain company that is responsible for this asset above me, which I call myself claiming to be an XRP millionaire, right? He is the CEO of Ripple. He said, trying something new. Some thoughts from me on the event, specifically the release of the Hinman documents of this week. For me, this has all had has had a personal bent to it and felt like it warranted some personal comments. Check this out.
Hi, I'm Brad Garlinghouse. As many of you know, I don't often make videos like this, but then again, not every week has been like this one. A few days ago, after 2 years, 7 court orders, and over $100 million in legal bills, the Hinman speech documents, including internal SEC emails, and comments leading up to this now infamous 2018 speech, they've finally been unsealed. Hinman's speech created new factors to determine if a token becomes sufficiently decentralized to no longer be considered a security. At best, these documents show that senior officials at the SEC couldn't agree on the law and told Bill Hinman directly he would confuse the public even more about the rules for crypto. At worst, they show that Hinman deliberately ignored the law, and he tried to create new laws, something only Congress can do. And while he was a public servant, Hinman received millions of dollars of payments from his law firm, which was part of an alliance with others that had a vested interest in this speech. This speech isn't about any one token or any one blockchain. This is about showing the extent to which the SEC has relentlessly pursued enforcement actions against crypto players while professing fake open arms and calls to come in and register, all the while lying about their so-called guidance. As some of you may know, Ripple spent years proactively engaging with the SEC. I personally met with Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman with no lawyer present. Why would I need a lawyer if we were all coming together in good faith? We answered every question they had, and not once did they suggest to me that XRP was a security. We were fully transparent, not knowing they would then use this information against us. The SEC hit us with a surprise Wells notice saying they were considering suing us for breaking securities laws and still refused to provide specifics. To those that have recently been hit with their own Wells notices and lawsuits, this likely sounds all too familiar. When the lawsuit did drop against us, days before Christmas, a very Grinch-like touch, they made it personal. They sued Chris Larson and they sued myself, alleging we should have known all along that XRP was a security. You can now see plain as day, they couldn't even agree amongst themselves. And to me, it still seems like they can't. What we saw play out in our case is exactly what's still happening. The SEC is looking to kill crypto innovation in the United States, and its current chair, an unelected bureaucrat, I might add, is weaponizing the lack of regulatory clarity to exert jurisdiction over the entire crypto space. This is the definition of putting politics over people. It's the pursuit of power over sound policy. The SEC tried to bully us into acquiescing. Thankfully, we have had the resources to fight back. And now we can all see what they've fought so hard to hide. They knowingly created confusion about the rules, and they used that confusion to regulate through enforcement. That's bad faith, plain and simple. Ultimately, as our lawsuit comes to a close, for so many others, it's just starting. The fight for clarity has to continue. I'm just going to conclude by saying to my colleagues here at Ripple, to my family, my friends, everyone who has supported us over the past 2.5 years, and certainly to the whole of the XRP Army, a very heartfelt and a very genuine thank you for that support.
All right. So that was directly from the CEO of Ripple himself, Brad Garlinghouse. All right. And some things that I took from that. They met in good faith, which turned into bad faith, but they met in good faith with the SEC, literally without lawyers being present. I wonder what was the type of conversation in those rooms. Something that I've kind of thought about, is maybe they were looking to purchase Ripple. Maybe they wanted to buy it out. Maybe these hedge funds or these venture capitalists, or maybe just Wall Street itself, the SEC, I don't know. But maybe there was some people who were saying, hey, we really see the value of this. What will it cost for us to take this completely off market? What will it cost for us to completely centralize this technology and be able to utilize this for what we want to utilize it for? How many billions of dollars do we need to pay you guys, Brad G, right? Brad G, how much do we need to pay you, buddy, to just go ahead and take over this technology? And I think Brad G, because he's such a G, he said, no, it's not for sale. And anytime that, you tell the elites that something's not for sale, anytime you tell the elites that, hey, the plan that they have is not going to be able to go the way that they want it, what do? They cancel you, right? Is this the way that they're canceling the industry because large industry players like Brad G, said no to what they were trying to do? Just some food for thought. And, just my kind of, my analogy of the way I look at it, especially from looking at the way that they've treated companies, the way they've treated people over these past years, So let's continue to push forward. So now we had that quick little video by Brad Garlinghouse. But then now you have this new company, which we talked about on episode 111. So literally on last week on Thursday, we talked about this company, Prometheum, right? And so the CEO, they've been talking a lot. And so this is Prometheum is the first, I would say, company, right? A digital asset company that's going to allow for institutional investors to come in and start to actually trade these cryptos and these digital assets. But the problem is right now they have the compliance, right? They have the compliance, but they can't trade any digital assets. So how are you a registered SEC and registered, registered FINRA company? How are you registered with both of those compliant companies or compliant, I can't think of the word, but companies, right? So how do you comply with them, right? And from this moment, okay, now you're not able to, your traders, your institutional investors are not able to trade Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other digital asset because there's no clarity. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird, but it just shows that, these players, and we showed who the CEO and the co-CEO and who the father is and how they have ties to the SEC for years because they own a law firm that has, that has worked with the SEC in all types of, the CFTC and all these other regulatory companies. So check this video out really fast as Ethereum continues to get the free pass that's been happening since, 2020.
The only thing that might make things difficult in that capacity is you would have a potential issue if Ethereum itself would declare the security. But as long as Ethereum itself were to declare the security, I think everything would just, it would work its way out in over 3 to 6 months.
I think the case that it did.
If they made Ethereum a security, it's just a question of the enforcement that they would do. If they just said, okay, Ethereum, we just say, we think your security over the next 2 years, you have to do whatever's necessary to be compliant with securities laws, maybe that works out differently. But if they said all of a sudden, if they were trying to really castrate Ethereum, that would be a problem because Ethereum, in my mind, is the spine for the whole industry.
Ethereum is the sponge for the whole industry.
Everything else, if you're looking at it from an anatomy perspective, are sort of ribs that come out off Ethereum. But I don't think they're trying to do that. I don't think the United States is trying to do what China did when it came to the miners and the OTC traders recently. I think the United States wants to support this. And I think that it's in our best interest in America to actually allow the United States to become a place where there's clear regulations that allow distributed architecture, distributed ledger technologies, and the like to flourish. I'm not trying to trade these things in and out. I'm a believer in Ethereum. I'm a believer in smart contract-enabled blockchain networks, and I'm a believer in that universe. I think that from a larger, 10,000-foot view, what Bitcoin is supposed to do is serve a different purpose. And I would encourage everyone who wants to get into the space and wants to learn more to read the Ethereum Homestead document and really use that as almost your Bible.
So everything's about Ethereum right now. These people are starting to push this Ethereum agenda super heavy. All right. It's been happening, but with you know, with days away from this Ripple lawsuit being over, with these documents that's come up from Bill Hinman, I think that they know that it's a matter of time before they are exposed, all right, as the scam artists that they are. Okay. Now, I saw this here on Mr. Hubbard. I follow him on Twitter. He drops a lot of valuable stuff, but you don't have to be a securities law Harvard devotee and head of the Securities Exchange Commission to realize how dumb this is. So this is former SEC Chairman Jay Clayton. He actually said this, and this is quoted. This is a real quote, and it was pulled from this article right here. But this is the quote. If someone bought 1,000 tickets for $10 and sold their and told their family they would be able to resell those tickets for $100, right? Being a $90 profit on each ticket, okay, which would be $90,000 worth of profit, then it's a security. But if you just buy the ticket 10 years later, it's a ticket. Okay, so this was the quote. So basically what they're saying is everything, like everything, right? Even StockX, if you really think about it, people buy Jordans on the primary market. They buy it when they first come out. And then what do? They turn around, they resell them a couple weeks or a couple months later on the secondary market to make a profit. That means that Jordans should also be a security. So they should start, the SEC should go after Michael Jordan as well. I mean, that's just my belief. They should go after MJ as well, and Nike. They should go after StockX. That means that everything, Ticketmaster, that means that even right now, over at the any stadium you go to anywhere around the world, if you go to a stadium for a football game, a basketball game, you can buy season tickets. My uncle does it all the time, right? You buy your season tickets, you can sell those season tickets, right? If you don't go to a game for more money, you right. So technically you expected to make a profit. So even season tickets could be a security. Everything should be a security. And so that's why I don't believe that this lawsuit is going to go in favor of the SEC, because it just doesn't make sense. Okay. Now, if you all heard, BlackRock filed for a Bitcoin ETF with the SEC last a couple days ago. Okay, about 4 or 5 days ago. This happened last week. Okay, then there's a rumor now, and I'm sure people have heard about it, but Fidelity is now rumored to file for a spot Bitcoin ETF. So it seems like there's a race heating up. All right, Fidelity owns or holds $4.5 trillion in assets globally. They're the third largest asset manager in the world. All right. BlackRock is number one. So Fidelity already has a cryptocurrency system that they've created. Even BlackRock does as well. We know BlackRock is connected to Coinbase. The question is, who is Fidelity Investments connected with? Right? That's the real question. Who is Fidelity Investments connected with? And so just understand that there's a lot of things that are happening. I believe Fidelity has a way for you to be able to take your current pensions, your current IRAs and just different things, and be able to transfer these over right now. The one thing that I did hear, about Fidelity that was pretty cool. This was about 3 months ago, but Fidelity is now the one thing that they are not able to do that crypto exchanges are able to do, but it's a part of their white paper that they're looking to do, is to introduce a wallet. Right now, Fidelity is kind of like Robinhood, right? And on Robinhood, you can't send or receive crypto. You can just buy it and sell it into fiat. Okay, Fidelity Investments, same thing. Their clients would not be able to send or receive crypto from the Fidelity crypto wallet or exchange. However, with that being said, they are looking to create that feature, which will be a cool feature for people and institutions. So stay on the lookout for that. This is very, very important because, like we said, we've seen the SEC sue all these companies. That's suppressing the market here in the United States from the growth. And what I believe is that, Fidelity and BlackRock for two of the largest asset holders in the world. They told the SEC, they told the FTC, they told Congress, because that's their buddies. They got the money. That's their buddies. They fund the Democratic Party. They fund some of the Republican Party. You got to understand that these are the big heavy hitters. And so what they're doing is they've held this industry back long enough to the point now that they can take it over and they can really position it to be what it is that they want it to be all along. Okay. MasterCard is continuing to move into crypto. This just came out on June 12th, a couple of days ago. MasterCard has now filed another crypto and Web3 trademark application. This particular one is for software for crypto and blockchain transactions, and also interconnecting virtual asset service providers for crypto transactions. So for people out there that's saying that crypto is a scam, it's not going to be here, for too long, I tell you to reconstruct those thoughts, because right here, MasterCard is filing for trademark applications right here. They're filing for patents. I mean, all types of stuff is happening, guys. So just stay on the lookout, okay? On April 28th of 2023, MasterCard seeks to expand crypto card tie-ups. So we know that MasterCard has relationships with multiple different crypto exchanges, from Binance, from Gemini, Nexo, even Uphold, right? If you guys use Uphold has a partnership directly through their card service with MasterCard. So MasterCard is moving heavy into this space of digital assets. Yep. So, and then also $79 billion is exiting from US banking systems in 1 week. This happened a couple of days ago. Well, literally this past month, $79 billion. So there's still bank runs. People, institutions are taking their cash out the bank. And so my question is this, right? We've seen the government do it before. One of the biggest things that we've seen the government do back in like back in 1900s was that they actually went and what president was it? I don't think it was Nixon. I forget what president exactly it was, but basically the specific president took all of the gold away, right? Literally our gold reserves. It made it illegal for Americans to hold gold. And so they had Americans turn all of their gold in. President Roosevelt, thank you, right? So President Roosevelt did this. Now that President Roosevelt did that, I do believe that if everybody pulls their cash out the banking system, all they're going to do is they're going to do basically they're going to force Americans, they'll force people to turn all their cash back in for a central bank digital currency, a CBDC. I believe that that's what's going to end up happening because of all of this money being pulled out of the bank, and it's only making these banks more and more illiquid over time. Okay. Now, another big thing that's happening in the world alongside, we've seen that you can put crypto, you can now do crypto mortgages for your homes. You can also get lending through different crypto platforms, especially once regulation starts to happen. And so commercial real estate, right? This is very, very important because some of our people are commercial real estate investors. We have people on the call, people that check this show out that are commercial real estate investors and brokers. And so I'd love to kind of sit down with some of you all that are commercial real estate investors and brokers and really understand how this is becoming an issue and as to how blockchain technology can start to change this and start to become a great use case for this situation that's happening. Okay. The Bank of International Settlements came out with a unified ledger for CBDCs. Tokenized assets could enhance global financial systems. So if you guys didn't know, the Bank of International Settlements is pushing for this one world ledger, a unified ledger system. That is very, very big. Understand that's big because the Bank of International Settlements is connected directly with the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, and they envision a new class of cross-border payments platforms with a single ledger. So you have the IMF and the Bank of International Settlements that are both pushing for a single ledger system. We all knew it was coming. One world government, one world currency, just one world order. We're entering into the new world order. And so I want to break the rest of this show. Is going to be broken down. We're going to talk about the BIS, the IMF, and how this has been a plan for years, right? On June 19th in Morocco, the IMF just met in Africa. The reason why they met in Morocco is because Morocco is that country that connects Africa, the Middle East, and Europe together, right? So understanding that, the IMF likes to meet in Morocco a couple times, like once a year for their annual World Bank meeting, IMF and World Bank meeting. Okay. And so what they talked about in this meeting, one of the biggest things they talked about was the high level policy roundtable on central bank digital currencies, the role of the public sector in money and payments. And so you had Kristalina Georgieva, who is the managing director of the IMF. She was co-hosting this event. And it was just really, really interesting to see these people meet together. In June of this month, we also saw this document come out from the IMF itself. This document was entitled The Rise of Payment and Contracting Platforms. And so in this particular document, they talked about, again, the rise of CBDCs, payments and platforms. They talked about interoperability and the anatomy of payments from domestic to cross-border payments, domestic CBDC platforms, and this new platform, which is the XC platform. And the XC platform, what does XC stand for? I forget, so I'm going to tell y'all. I believe it's like exchange and something else. In compliance is something, exchange and something. Hope I can find it really fast for y'all. Give me 2 seconds, because I always want to make sure that I give y'all the information. I can't find it here. I didn't highlight it, but this was a very, very important document that came out. They didn't have any specific crypto companies that they mentioned in this particular document. However, they had a similar, that's what it was. Exchange and contracting platform. I forgot about this document. So in 2022, in November of last year, they also came out with this document, a multi-currency exchange and contracting platform. In this particular document, they actually did mention Ripple. If we go to line 16, right? If we go to number 16 and we read it, they said, there are related ongoing projects and experimentation that also aims to develop solutions for cross-border payments using distributed ledger technology. And if we scroll down right here to section 16, they say, for example, Stellar and Ripple. Okay, so they actually mentioned Ripple in this document through the IMF, which was huge, right? And then if we go back to this document that was produced by Sullivan and Cromwell for the IMF. Okay, Sullivan and Cromwell is a huge firm. They actually created this PowerPoint slide, the regulation of virtual currencies, presentation at the flagship seminar on law and financial stability hosted by the International Monetary Fund. Okay, in the introduction, as y'all can see, what is a virtual currency? Blockchain distributed ledger technology, Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, other virtual currencies. So if we scroll down and we read, they actually give you multiple definitions of what a virtual currency actually is, right? But then if we scroll down, they talk about blockchain, they talk about wallets, custodians. I mean, this is a really great PowerPoint for people who actually want to learn, right? They talk about Bitcoin. They talk about how Bitcoin has a single purpose virtual currency blockchain. So it has a single purpose, serves only as a currency. There is no other functionality. So technically, there's no real use case for Bitcoin. That's what they said here, right? Then they talk about Ethereum. They talk about how Ether is a token that serves as fuel for the Ethereum blockchain. Then we move down to XRP. They talk about XRP as a coin issued by Ripple as the digital asset for payments. It is the token used to carry out cross-border, cross-currency payments through the Ripple network. So they literally show how XRP has a tremendously larger use case than Bitcoin and Ethereum. I thought that that was pretty important for me to show you guys as well, especially with where we are right now and it being so foggy. So the rest of this show, I just got some videos to show y'all, man. I want to break down this whole thing with the IMF and the BIS. So I hope y'all enjoying yourselves today. Hopefully you're getting some value. I know we've kind of been all over the place, but again, it's kind of hard to put this data in order because it's just so much going on. So guys, stay tuned, watch the rest of these videos, and I appreciate y'all for being a part of this show.
And I'll stop here. So our first panelist is Tobias Adrian, who is the financial counselor and the director of the Monetary and Capital Markets Department of the IMF.
Great, thank you so much. Just a year ago, all the talk was about crypto assets, Bitcoins, and its multiple evolutions. And today, I'm going to shift and talk more about e-money. In particular, I'm going to focus on stable coins and how they relate to central bank digital currency and what it might mean for the international financial system.
Most of you know about XRP and the other things that Ripple is doing. He's been a CTO in the industry for some time. In prior work, he did encrypted crowd storage and encrypted enterprise messaging and many other areas where he brings expertise. So I'll turn it over to Tobias for 20 minutes. Thanks, Tobias.
Yeah, wonderful. It's very nice to see many friends online. What you want to use is a common ledger, right? So distributed ledgers have many problems, the lack of finality, the lack of identity. So to use new technologies for policy purposes, having a common ledger, perhaps run by the central bank or by an agency appointed by the central bank,
All right, so this was a response to CoinDesk, basically pushing out, the article about the IMF, their payments platform powered by CBDCs. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down to this particular section here. This was the way they broke this down was crazy. Last night I was literally sitting at the table like, yo, this is insane. So I'm going to play these videos right here for you all. This was an amazing breakdown. I'm not sure who made these videos, put this stuff together, but absolutely incredible. Pay attention. Now, before we go any further, real quick, pay attention. You got Brad Garlinghouse to see. I want y'all to see, wait, before we even go there, you have Christine Lagarde over the IMF, right? You have this lady right here, Jessie Chang, right? Who used to work for Ripple, right? Who's now on the FinTech Council for the IMF, right? You have all these leaders. I mean, we can literally read everything. They all do big things. Hong Kong Global Digital Finance. I mean, just everything, right? But then you also have Brad Garlinghouse, or Brad G, the CEO of Ripple. This is the only blockchain representative that is in these pictures. The rest of these people are institutions, banks, and organizations, powerhouse people. Just pay attention to, you got to understand to who is really plugged in and connected.
Go for it. The first one's for you. IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about.
Maybe
the
I should
IMF.
take what the
Yeah,
IMF is going to do. I think we stunned Ross into silence with that one.
For that to happen, okay, under the current legal framework, some country would have to use a crypto asset as its currency.
Which goes to the next question that was on the list, actually. Will central banks issue digital currency become a reality in the next few years?
Well, again, there's a lot of work being done this through by a number of central banks in different.
So today, the dominance of the dollar makes the US the world's banker. As such, it enjoys exorbitant privileges, in the words of Valéry Giscard d'Estaing, but it also bears exorbitant duties. Directly and indirectly, it's the dominant supplier of safe and liquid assets to the rest of the world. It is the issuer of a dominant currency of trade invoicing. It is the dominant force in global monetary policy, and it is the main lender of last resort. And these features actually interact and reinforce each other. That the dollar dominates in trade invoicing makes it more attractive to borrow in dollars. And this in turn makes it more attractive to price in dollars. That the US is the main lender of last resort makes it safer to borrow in dollars. And this in turn increases the responsibility of the US in times of crisis. So all these factors solidify the position, the special position of the US in the current system. At the same time, not all is well in this dollar-centric international monetary system.
Where did that come from?
There's a growing and seemingly insatiable global demand for safe assets. And the resulting global safe asset shortage has brought safe interest rate downs to historically low levels and has really catalyzed very serious and very persistent challenges to macroeconomic stability by increasing the probability of hitting the zero lower bound, and to financial stability by pushing investors to lever up, to take risks, to reach for yield. It had also created the conditions of what some people called a new Triffin dilemma. So the only way over the long run for the US to accommodate this growing global demand for safe assets is to stretch its fiscal and financial capacity, to strain the trust that investors confer on the dollar, and to risk creating instability and crisis.
Hope Sarah's sitting down because he is calling for the creation of a new virtual currency that could ease the reliance of the world on the US dollar, which he says creates some of the problems that we have today. I can explain more of that in a second. He also says the UK outlook, pardon me, hinges critically on Brexit. Sarah, he is pointing out that, for example, half of all international trade is priced in dollars, but the US, that's 5 times greater than the US contribution to world output, along with 2/3 of world securities priced in dollars. And he says the problem there is that US interest rate policy, US exchange rate policy becomes exported to other parts of the world. And he says that is not the optimal way to run things. I think he acknowledges a long way off, but it's a pretty radical proposal from a guy who's
kicked out of Jackson Hole.
No, but I think what he's dealing with, Sarah, is this idea of why are we having so many problems related to the US being strong, but the rest of the world being weak? And he says that's because so much of the world is priced in dollars. So the theory of flexible exchange rates resolving these imbalances is not working. You know, Sarah, this is not the first time this idea has been talked about or floated. There's the special drawing rights from the IMF. But anyway, there's the special drawing rights from the IMF.
IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Do y'all see what's going on right now? Like, literally, like, are y'all following this narrative, right? What is the special drawing rights? The special drawing right is an international reserve asset. The SDR is not a currency, but the value is based on a basket of 5 currencies: the US dollar, the euro, the Chinese renminbi, the Japanese yen, and the pound. Those are it. And so the SDR, the problem with those 5 currencies is they are all in debt. Everybody that holds is there's not enough of these currencies that's floating in the market right now. And so what would happen is actually what would be better if you all understood how money works in regards to foreign exchange transactions right? Understanding how that's why you have two clearing houses on each end of a transaction, because in order for $1 million to be cleared on one country's currency from another, that same amount of money has to be held and locked up for a certain amount of time in both currencies for that to happen. With the use of XRP, with Ripple's technology of on-demand liquidity, this will allow for this to really make sense and for it to become a lot better in our world, right? So, so I do believe that XRP Ripple has a lot to do with this new special drawing rights system that they are going to craft up. But keep watching this video. And there's a reason why Brad Garlinghouse looks this way.
Almost like a mic drop. And you said we need to go to a global virtual currency. It's a 23-page speech.
So the trade issues we're talking about are reinforced by the structure of the monetary system. Now, I mean, you've asked a big question, so just give me a second to, but now the issue is you don't just jump to something new overnight. And what we want in a multipolar world, I think we'd agree that we've got European engine, we've got the Chinese engine, we've got the US engine of this economy, multipolar world, you need a multipolar currency. The question is, how do you get there?
We work with 90 banks globally. We have 15 in production deployments. It has helped the organization become enterprise grade, to the point where, I don't know if you guys saw the Bank of England announcement today, but Bank of England is using our technology to POC payments internationally using Ripple Solution and IOP.
Look, the Bank of England is a paid customer of Ripple.
The Bank of England is a paid customer of Ripple. All right. So I know that these videos are a little long-winded, but I really wanted to just tie this in for you all, allow you to see what's going on. I have more videos to show you, man. Just Chain presenting on blockchain and Ripple to the IMF. This happened some years ago. You can look at the video quality and tell that that wasn't this year, right? But these things have been planned, right? You have Ripple's Ryan Zagone speaking to the IMF on regulations between fintechs and financial institutions. This was in 2017, right? Look, can't make this up.
Let me invite Ryan, please. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Zagone. I work for a company called Ripple. We enable real-time cross-border payments for financial institutions. We're lowering the settlement time from about 5 days to 5 seconds, and we're reducing the cost of cross-border payments by about 60%. We're working with about 50 financial institutions around the world to enable this real-time cross-border payment. To the question, will fintech endanger financial stability? I don't think it will, if we maintain a strong principle-based approach to regulation. So today, we set regulation at a high-level thematic principle that we apply uniquely to each different technology or product. So for instance, we will have principles around market stability, or operational resiliency, or cybersecurity, so like strong components of a financial system. We apply those, ensuring the controls and the risk mitigants are put in place are unique to the risk and gaps within each product. It's not one standard approach. So we customize how we apply rules and risk to each different product.
So just understand, right? This is Ryan Zagone, right? Who is Ryan Zagone? He is now the head of Americas for Wise Banks, right? So he's leading that project. But if you go down this, he was the head of business development and director of regulatory relations with Ripple from 2014 to 2019. He made that speech in 2017. Guys, remember, they've been known what XRP is. They've already made plans for this asset class. They've already, they've been working on this. This has already been a part of their agenda. Ripple's not something that's brand new to them. Prometheum, or whatever you call it, Prometheus, I don't know the name, but it's brand new. Don't nobody know what that is besides the SEC, the IMF, the BIS. They're not focused on that. They're focused on this technology, guys, that we're investing in. And I want you to understand how blessed we are to even have our ears to these streets. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of our 112th episode of Coffee in crypto. It has absolutely been an amazing. I have a couple of announcements, and then I'll open it up for any Q&A that anybody has. It's on our Zoom. If you're on YouTube, don't go anywhere. This is the time where you get to listen to, maybe you had a question, maybe you had a concern, and somebody else typically will answer that question. Before y'all go anywhere, I do want to drop the link for you all. I would love for you all to join me this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me this Friday for a free masterclass. This is free, right? This is my gift to you all. A lot of people can't afford, maybe you can't afford mentorship. Maybe you can't afford to be a part of a Discord group or whatever. Or maybe you haven't acquired the seed. Join me on this masterclass. This is a free masterclass. Now I will be transparent. I will pitch you something at the end. I will have something to sell you at the end. I will not try to sell you in the beginning. I will not try to pitch you, but I will pitch you something at the end. I just want to be real. Is it cool if I'm real with y'all? Like, I just want to be real with you. I don't want you to come here and just be like, oh, he said he wasn't going to sell nothing. No, I am going to pitch you at the end. But what I'm going to pitch you ain't even for everybody. So to be real with you, everybody will not qualify for what I'm going to pitch at the end. But for the ones that do qualify, right, meaning you have the money to get started, okay, and you have the mental capacity to stick with me over the next couple of months, I'm going to do it's going to be the very first time I've done it, but I will announce this on Friday's call. Make sure you guys click the link, man. Join. Only have 100 slots. I promise you, once I go to social media all week and I endorse this, we will sell out. So I'd recommend that you're on this call right now. Go ahead and just sign up right now. It's free. Send the link to a family member. What this call is going to be on is the future of money, right? We're going to talk about the future of money, and we're also going to talk about the evolution of wealth, how literally we've went from a bartering system to a cash system to now a digital cash system, a digital currency system. You guys can join me on that. Also, I'll drop the link here, right here on what is it, YouTube as well. I'm dropping it for my YouTube family. I just pinned it there for y'all. So make sure you sign up right now for this masterclass. Do not wait until Friday because it will be sold out. So just go ahead and do it. And if you don't like free stuff, that's cool as well. All right. But don't say I didn't offer anything free, because the other masterclasses will be paid. So I would recommend that you join me on this free masterclass. And just, get value. Appreciate you all for signing up. That is awesome. Congratulations to you all for taking the next steps in your life to be able to, really impact yourself, but ultimately your family and the family and your future generations to come. So I don't see any hands that are raised. So I'm assuming nobody has anything to say. That's cool too. But with that being said, I do appreciate everybody for being on the call today. Look, y'all have an amazing rest of your day. Enjoy your Tuesday. I'll see y'all on Thursday's show. Oh, wait. Oh, Mr. Branch has something to say. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me call on Mr. Branch. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the compliments on the class. Hey, Mr. Branch.
Hey, man. Look. You know what's going on as far as medically in my family. That's why I've missed so many. I hate missing them. And this was, as a matter of fact, there was an appointment today. I got somebody else to go in my place. I missed this information. Dude, today, the bomb. This was the bomb information. As my schedule changed, I'll be able to get in a lot more than I am right now, but I'm just going through a little something, right to here. But man, I love this show today, man. Be blessed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Branch. And can we keep Mr. Branch and his family, I can't spread what's going on, but like, as far as just his family, having some complications on the health side, within the family. So can we just keep him in your prayers, please? Y'all just put up a prayer. If you believe in prayer, there's power in prayer. There's also power in numbers. Please make sure y'all just say a quick prayer. It doesn't take much. Prayer is free. Just, spend that energy, put up a prayer. I know I have some prayer warriors, Mr. Brown, Michael, my mom, please, y'all put up a prayer for Mr. Branch and just make sure that he's covered, in the power. I do appreciate y'all for being here. Mr. Branch, I appreciate you for taking the time to be on this call right now, and just making the sacrifice because you already are set. but you're making the sacrifice to continue to get information, to share it. Mr. Branch sends me text messages every day to keep me informed on what's going on. And, you know, I would recommend, and also I recommend that y'all follow him on Twitter, because he's always dropping similar content value on his Twitter, guys. Make sure you all, if you need his Twitter, I will drop the Twitter for you all right now. That way you can stay plugged in. And even through all of the turmoil, even through all of the trials and tribulations that may be going on in Mr. Branch's life, he still finds a way to wake up at 5 a.m. I don't know how you do it. I think he's a superhero, but he finds a way to wake up every single day and really plug in to this space. So I'm going to go ahead and drop his Twitter link right here. There y'all go on Zoom. And then also I'm going to drop it inside of the YouTube channel. That way you guys can subscribe and, you know, connect with Michael Branch outside of this show, because he has a wealth of information as well. Guys, thank y'all so much for being the greatest part of this show. This was episode number 112. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Coffee and Crypto Podcast. Do not just leave the podcast off. You have to put the podcast at the end of it. Coffee and Crypto Podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you all on episode number 113. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys at the top, not just from the top. Peace and blessings, family.